Consistency is key on social media, but it's also exhausting. That's why I started using AI to take the pressure off having to come up with new content every single day. Now, I map out and design an entire month of posts in an hour while still having time to go outside and touch grass. I use Vengage's AI social media generator to batch create everything in under 15 minutes. This is my actual workflow, and I'm showing it to you from start to finish. Let's go. Okay, let's get started. From the Vengage homepage, we're going to go to social media and then go to carousel. Then you'll enter your prompt. I'm going to say, create a clean quote style 5-slide Instagram carousel that should be simple to duplicate for Make or Thrive. Each slide should include a short inspirational phrase or tip. Keep the layout fun, modern, and easy to edit. So we'll generate the post, and then Vengage will begin generating our design. Okay, so we got our design back. Let's go into the editor and take a closer look at this and quickly edit it. Okay, so we have our first post. We have a really nice header. We have our logo included in some of the images. We have some nice subtext and then some clear CTAs to save this post and to follow Make or Thrive. If we take a look at some of the other posts, we have some really nice stats on here. 70% of founders are more likely to successfully scale their startups within the first 5 years. And then we have a really nice icon. We have some more quotes with some cool design, some further ones with some tips. And then we have the final post with a nice icon, our logo, and a question for engagement. So these look amazing. Our goal here is to create 30 different posts for the month and schedule them out. So I love this design. I honestly wouldn't touch anything with it. So what I'm gonna do now is go to File, and I'm going to make a copy of this. So these can be my initial first 5 posts for Instagram. And what I'm gonna do is make 10 posts for Instagram, 10 posts for LinkedIn, and 10 posts for X or Twitter. So I have my first 5 posts for Instagram. Let's take a look at this copy, and I can change the text on here and make new content super quickly. So all I would have to do is click into this text, and I'm going to go to improve text. And then now I have the AI text generator. So what I'm going to do is ask the AI to create a tip for makers and founders. I'll send this. And then it's going to generate a new tip and new text for me, and I can easily replace this section. Embrace failure as a stepping stone. Each setback brings you closer to innovative solutions and success. So that looks really good. All I would have to do is just adjust this a little bit. I could make the text a little larger, and then maybe I don't want all of this highlighted, so I would just select the text I don't want highlighted, and then I can go to highlight, none on this. So I just have that one bolded headline in there. I could also change this text. And since this is talking about embracing failure and using it to guide you, I can use that as a guide for my subtext for the post. So I could do, give a short tip on how to succeed after failure. Submit this. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward with resilience. I can replace this section, and then now they're aligned and I have a brand new post. So this looks great. I can move on to the second post. 70% of founders are more likely to successfully scale their startups. I can change this. If I go to improve text, I can say, give me a stat on building businesses online. Businesses with an established online presence are 50% more likely to experience rapid growth within their first 3 years. Love that. I can replace this section. And what I can do is actually change this percentage to 50. And then I can change this text to say 50% of businesses are more likely to experience rapid growth within their first 3 years. Amazing. So I could also change this icon. What I could do is go to AI tools, generate icons. I can choose one of my styles. So I can choose from monotone, outline, flat colors, gradient, pixel art, 3D model, isometric, app icon, vintage, doodle, comic. I'm going to go with gradient. And what I'm going to put is chart growth, purple. I can generate this icon here. Okay, I got some icons back. This one looks awesome. I think I'm going to use that one. Can make it a little larger and then align it to the center of the page. Brand new post. So this looks great. Moving on to the next one. We have a nice quote and a CTA for our audience to share their thoughts. So what I'll do for this one is click into it, improve text, and say, write a quote on sharing your projects online. I'm being super simple with this. You can obviously get more detailed and get into like the nitty gritty if you have a specific topic, but I'm just showing you an example of how easy this is to repurpose your content. So I can replace this one. I can make this a little bit smaller, and it just says sharing your projects online sparks connection, invites feedback, and transforms ideas into a collective journey of growth and innovation. Looks amazing. And then I can just change this text here. Share your thoughts on how to keep your ideas clear. What I could say is on how you share your ideas online. So just adjusting that CTA to match with the quote, that post is finished. So I'm going to show you one more for these Instagram posts. We'll go to this 5th one, and it's saying creativity isn't fun. It's your competitive edge to lead boldly. I can change this and say, quick inspirational message on how being a leader is fulfilling. Now, I like this, but I want it to be shorter. So I can click that, approve it. I can make this shorter. So I still have the same topic. Replace section. Amazing. Being a leader is fulfilling because it lets you inspire others and make a lasting impact. And then I can change this to how do you lead your team? Comment below. Okay. I can remove this highlight, and then I can also change this image here as well. So if I go to replace, I'm going to go into AI tools and generate an image. I'm going to make the style digital art, and I can say thinking cap. I can generate this image. Okay, these are fun and definitely in the style digital art. I can add one of these and replace that here. And then now I have 10 more separate posts. So I have these posts, and then I have 10 more. So I am good for Instagram. Moving on, I'm going to show you how you can use this for other channels. So we have both of our Instagram ones. What I can do is go to download, and I can download these as PNGs, and then this will be my first set of Instagram files. Okay, so it downloaded. I can do the same thing for these. And also keep in mind, since we did know that they were for Instagram and they were going to be for a carousel, these are already in the perfect format for those channels. So I could use these same ones on LinkedIn or X. It's totally up to you what kind of orientation you like, but I'm going to show you how you can repurpose these for LinkedIn and Twitter. So now that we've downloaded our Instagram ones, I can go up here in the left-hand corner to page size, and we can change the page size of these. So if I click on this drop down, you can see I have Instagram posts, Facebook posts, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Pinterest. So all I would have to do is click these, and it's automatically changing the orientation and the page size for these posts. So all of my pages updated. I have the correct orientation now. All I would have to do is adjust these a bit so that they fit on the correct background. I can move this up. I can pull this shape out, can select these, and then I can put my CTAs back. So with just a few tweaks, I have a LinkedIn post, and then I, of course, can go back, improve the text, and then change the content if I'd like. But now I would have 10 different posts for LinkedIn. So this looks amazing. Let me show you quickly how you would do it for Twitter. You can go down here to Twitter post, and then it'll update the orientation for me. This is going to be landscape. So all I would have to do is make my text a little bit smaller. I can adjust this white box, and just make a couple tweaks so that everything fits perfectly. I can maybe remove that extra text. I can change this color to a darker. I would have to adjust my icons. Now that I'm doing this for a different platform, I can change some of this content. So since this will be for X, you typically bookmark rather than save. So I could say bookmark this post, adjust that a bit. And now this content works and is more clear for a platform like X or Twitter. Now, the next thing I want to show you, if I go back to my Instagram posts, I can go to File and then run an accessibility check on this. What this is going to do is check my design and make sure that it's accessible for every viewer. So I can see that I have 7 issues detected, but I did pass color contrast, I passed text size, I passed links and tables. But some other things that I need to review is alternative text. So I don't have any alt text on this for my logo. My logical reading order needs to be adjusted, and it gives you a nice description on how this is not accessible for sighted users. So I can go in and adjust these here. Same with my headings. I can go in and adjust my headings. Manual check for heading tags, follow these best practices. Use of color needs review. So this is a super helpful tool so that you ensure all of your posts are accessible for everyone. I'm going to show you one more feedback tool that you can run. If we go to AI tools, we can go to design feedback, and the AI is going to begin analyzing my design, and it's going to give me some feedback on the design. So let's see what this comes up with. We have one feedback: clarify save this post call to action. The checked save this post box is ambiguous. Users may not understand if it's already saved or they need to click it. Use an unchecked box or a standard button to indicate an actionable prompt. That's great feedback. So I could easily just delete this, and it can just be a clear CTA, save this post. I can rescan my design, and it's going to go ahead and analyze it once more and see if there's anything else that it may have missed. Or if I changed a couple things, it can go and analyze the new design. Now, the last thing that I would like to show you is that you can use the AI text generator in here to help you write your own captions. So I just have this super simple doc here. It's just titled social media captions for my October content. And then I have some really simple tables. I just made this doc super quickly. And I have my Instagram captions, my LinkedIn captions, and my X captions. So what I can do, if I go to my Instagram post once more, I can go into my improved text and I can ask it to draft me a caption for this post. Draft me a Instagram caption for this text. And then instead of replacing this section, I can actually just copy this and I can paste it into my document. So I have that caption here. It included emojis and it also included hashtags. Looks great. I can do the same thing for my X post. I can go to improve text, draft me an X post caption for this text. I can copy this, and then I can paste this into my table for X. Turning failures into stepping stones. Every setback is just a step closer to breakthrough success. And then it also gave me some hashtags as well. So these are two different types of captions. It's thinking about the platform that it's going to be on and adjusting for that. So once you have your 30 posts, and then you also have your captions all filled out, what we can do is I can actually download this as a PDF, okay? And then I can open my content scheduler. So this is just monday.com. It's the platform that I use to schedule my content. And what I can do is drop all of these files and the captions in there. So I could add these files here. I can do from computer. I could put that first Instagram post here, and then I have my Instagram post. Then I can also copy and paste my first caption for this. I could put this here, update, and then now I have my first post scheduled. So we did this in less than 15 minutes, super easy to repurpose content and use the AI tools within Venngage. If you want to try it out for yourself, check the link in the description and share with us the live post that you created using Venngage's AI social media generator. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.